YouTube, my name is Adrian. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my first reading vlog for the owls. It is like 4 o'clock almost on April 1st, and I am sitting down to read. My husband got off work a little early today. He is considered an essential business for during this whole pandemic thing. So he is still going into work, but he got home early today because they ran out of things for him to do. And so he's out with the kids. And so I figured I would take this opportunity to 1, start the vlog, and 2, start my buddy read that I'm doing for this readathon. I am buddy reading Chain of Gold by Cassandra Clare, this giant book with some friends. And so I am going to sit down and read through my buddy read pages since George is here and I don't have to worry about the kids. And then I'm going to, get to other things. But I wanted to go ahead and start the video. I will kind of go through tonight after things have kind of settled down in our house, probably after the kids go to bed. I will sit down and go through what my career is going to be, what classes I'm taking, or what owls I'm taking, what extra seminars I'm taking, and like what my TBR is. I will do that later, so that'll probably be what the next clip you see. But I'm not going to do it right now because I need to sit down and start reading Chain of Gold because this monster needs to get read. So I'm going to sit and start reading this. This is for Transfigurations, just, so you guys know. This is for Transfiguration. So I'm going to go ahead and start this, and I will check back in with you guys later, and we can go over all of the fun details for this. Good morning. It is now day 2 of April, so it's obviously day 2 of the owls, and I figured I would finally sit down and tell you guys my TBR and update you on what I read yesterday, because I did do a lot of reading yesterday. And you'll have to excuse the kids screaming, but that's part of my life, just all the time with kids. So yeah, let's go ahead and talk about my reading, I guess, because I can tell you what I read yesterday and then from there fill you in on the rest of my TBR. How about that? How about that? So I know I told you yesterday that I was buddy reading Chain of Gold, and so I did obviously finish my pages for Chain of Gold, which put me up to chapter 2. So not super, like, it's 42 pages in, which is approximately how much we're reading a day, because that should get us done with this in about 2 weeks. So I've read my pages for this. I'm really enjoying it. I already have, you can't probably see it, but I already have my first little post-it note in there. Yeah, you can't see that. But I already have my first post-it note in there, which is great. So I'm reading Chain of Gold right now. Lauren is talking to Oliver under my desk while I'm filming this, so if you hear her talking, don't worry about that. But I'm really enjoying this. For only being 42 pages in, I really am enjoying this read. So I'm excited to read it. I think honestly the hardest part of doing a buddy read for this is the fact that I'm going to have to stop myself at the same page count every day. You don't need this. Anyway, so I think the hardest part of reading this as a buddy read is going to be stopping myself at the assigned pages, just because, at a certain point I feel like I'm just gonna want to binge through this entire book, but I'm reading it with other people, so I have to stop and make sure I'm not too far ahead so I don't accidentally spoil things for them. So that's going to be complicated. But yes, I started reading this. This book, I think I already told you, fulfills my prompt for Transfigurations. I realize I just told you that this fulfills a prompt for Transfigurations, but I haven't told you guys my career or anything else yet. So let's go ahead and do that before we get into all of this. So I decided to do the career path for the Wand Maker. Last year I did Magizoology, which I really enjoyed. So I was trying to find something new this year, and I decided to do Wand Maker because the way I went through and did it was I read the description of the character traits that that you should have if you're going to do certain careers, and I just decided that I think Wand Maker fit my personality pretty decently. So I picked Wand Maker for that. So I have all of the requirements for Wand Maker, which I have that paper written down somewhere. which my classes that I need specifically for Wand Maker are Ancient Runes, Arithmancy, Care of Magical Creatures, Charms, and Herbology. And then of course I decided to do an extra training kind of thing. So I decided to do the Animagus training. I can't remember ever figure out how to pronounce that, but I decided to do Animagus training. And for that I need Arithmancy, which I already have for Wand Maker, Potions, and Transfigurations. So yeah, those are the classes I need to take. I have 7 classes that I have to do. So now you guys have that information, we can actually talk about what I picked. So obviously Transfigurations I need for the Animagus training, and so I am doing Chain of Gold for that, because it obviously has werewolves, but it also has, I won't say which character, but it has a character set as one of its main characters who does have a shape-shifting ability, because if you haven't read past series, then that's a bit spoilery. So I have that. Also yesterday I started reading my arc of Meet Me at Midnight by Jessica Pennington. This is an arc copy I have. This book is published next week, so I definitely need to get through, get it finished so I can get my review up on NetGalley. So I'm reading this right now. I'm really enjoying it. I think I'm like 170 pages into it roughly. So I'm about halfway through this book and I'm really enjoying it. Jessica Pennington wrote this book, When Summer Ends, last year that I had gotten an arc of and read, and I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed this one, and so when I saw she had another book up on NetGalley that I could request, I did, and I got approved for it, and I'm really enjoying it as well. So I'm thinking that if this continues, Jessica Pennington may be one of my new favorite YA contemporary authors, but we'll have to kind of see, you know. I think I need at least one more book by her to confirm that, and I need to obviously finish Meet Me at Midnight in order to definitely say that. But Meet Me at Midnight fulfills my Herbology Owl, which the Herbology Owl is a book that's title starts with a letter M. Obviously Meet Me at Midnight starts with the letter M. So that's what I have for that one. Those are the 2 books I'm currently reading. I'm going to be reading Chain of Gold for 2 weeks. Like, you're gonna hear about that every single day almost. So there's that. But I'm reading Meet Me at Midnight. I'm hoping I can finish that one today, and then I can pick up one of the other books on my TBR. So let's just go ahead and go through my classes and I'll tell you what I'm planning to read. First off, the first other class I need is Ancient Runes, which is to read a book with a heart on the cover. For this one I decided to read Love and Gelato by Jim Evans Welch. I've already read this book before, but she has a 3rd book in this companion series coming out in July, and so I was wanting to reread the first 2, Love and Gelato and Love and Luck, before that one comes out, because they're companions, so the characters are like in other books, so like you can see your past characters. So I wanted to read those 2 and kind of see if, so that I could see the character from the next one, you know, before their story. So Love and Gelato for this one, it does have a heart on the cover. It's super teeny tiny, but it's on there. So I'm reading that one for Ancient Runes. Then I have Arithmancy. I needed to read a book outside of your favorite genre. And I was originally going to pick something fantasy based for this, because I usually read contemporaries, specifically YA contemporaries, and adult romances are the 2 genres I read from the most. But I ended up deciding to pick up a middle grade for this, because I really don't read middle grade like at all. So I decided to pick up middle grade for this, and for this one I have another arc that comes out this month, which is Like Nothing Amazing Ever Happened. Yeah, this is a middle grade read, so I'm hoping that I can get through it pretty quickly, because it's middle grade and it's an arc I need to write a review for. So that's what I have for this one, for Arithmancy. I'm contemplating, if I finish all of my TBR before, like, well before the end of the readathon, I may still pick up a fantasy from, like, over on this shelf. If I finish all my books in a good time for the month, I may pick up a fantasy book to get Arithmancy again, because while I know that's not how that works in reality, like, you take the test once for each thing, I have Arithmancy on my like class twice, once for my career and then once for animagus training. So if I have the time at the end of the month, I may pick up another book that would fulfill that class just to be extra, but we'll see. I may not have time. Anyway, moving on from the next class I have to do is Care of Magical Creatures, which is to read a book with an animal that has a beak on the cover. And for that one, I have Arusha and the End of Time by Roshin. Right here, you can see there's a peacock that has a beak. So this is what I'm picking for this. I've thought about picking this book up several times, but I just never did for some reason. But I've heard great things about it, and I really like Roshin writing, so I would love to pick this one up. So I picked this one for Care of Magical Creatures because it fit really well. The next class I am doing is Charms, which is to read a book with a white cover. And for this one, I picked 3 Things I Know Are True. This book has a blue and white cover. I actually had completely forgotten about this book. This was a book that I had seen on NetGalley before it was published, and I thought about requesting it, and I don't think I ended up requesting it, but it looks really good. So I have this one that I'm going to read for that. And then the last owl I'm doing is Potions, which is to read a book that is under 150 pages. And I'm really excited about this one because I decided that for this one, I'm going to read A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, which is the poetry of Mr. Rogers. This is just a super cute book. It's full of all of these poems and songs that Fred Rogers wrote for his TV series, A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, or Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. So I am very excited to read this. I might actually read a good chunk of this with my daughter because she loves this book. We've already read a handful of poems out of it, but we've never finished the whole thing. So my plan is to read this over the course of the month, probably a couple poems a day, just to kind of get through it slowly and spread out the love. So I'm really excited about this. This was a gift from my friend Gabby, who is the Curious Owl here on YouTube. I will link her down below. This was a Christmas gift from her because she knew that I would enjoy it as well as my daughter. So I'm very excited to read this one. And this is definitely under 150 pages. It's like 130 or something like that. Hold on. 137 pages, and actually a good chunk of these pages are actually just illustrations. So this is what I have for that one. I'm very excited for it. So yeah, that is what I am planning to do for my TBR wise. As for today specifically, what I'm planning to read, obviously I have my pages for Chain of Gold I need to read today, and I also need to read Meet Me at Midnight. My goal is to finish Meet Me at Midnight and then obviously read my pages for Chain of Gold. And after that, we'll kind of see what I want to pick up. I may pick up my other arc just because then I can get it done early in the month and not have to be stressing about it when it gets closer to publication. That's what I've got going on today. At some point, I am going to have to brave the outside world since we are still on quarantine, obviously. At some point today, I will have to brave the outside world because my kids have prescriptions I have to pick up, so I will have to go out. But obviously, I'm not taking them with me. Honestly, I've gone out of the house a couple of times because of, you know, necessity grocery shopping kind of things. My kids have not left our property. Like, I think we went to my parents' house twice this whole time. In like the last 2 weeks. So, yeah. We don't go out, obviously, because we're not supposed to. But they've gone and played outside and stuff. But I think they're getting a little more stir crazy than I am, and I'm getting pretty stir crazy. Alright, that's gonna be it for this clip. This clip is ridiculously long, so it's gonna take like 6 years to like transfer to my computer. So I'm gonna go ahead and go, and I will check back in with you guys when I have something to tell you about. Not the Xbox?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey guys, so I don't know, I figured I'd talk to you guys again. I have not read anything since I last talked to you. Oh, did you finish your paper? Okay, thank you. We are currently doing schoolwork over here. So Ryan's got his papers. We're about to do our rainbow letters. So he's doing that right now. But I figured I would tell you guys, just kind of update you. I'm planning to read Meet Me at midnight when we're done with schoolwork. And then go from there. Lauren's watching some videos. Ryan's doing his schoolwork. I edited a bunch of videos because I've been on an editing kick, which I'm not mad about because editing is usually my least favorite. So the fact that I'm editing is probably a good thing. So yeah, I just thought I'd take a real quick clip and let you know what's going on. What color is that?
Orange.
Orange. You doing your rainbow letters?
Mm-hmm.
Very good. So yeah, that's what's going on. So I'm going to go ahead and go and finish up our schoolwork, and I will check back in with you guys later. You say bye? Hey guys, so clearly I'm already in bed. I'm freezing, so I'm like all curled up. But since I'm getting ready to go to bed, I'm going to give you guys a reading update since I've done a lot of reading. I read my pages for Chain of Gold today. This book is interesting. I just want to read it so bad, but I'm sticking to the buddy read pages for now, so I'm doing good. But I read my pages for that. I have also now finished Meet Me at Midnight, which I gave 4.5 out of 5 stars. It was a very good book. I am going to post a full review on that tomorrow once I think about it a little bit more. And then I started reading Love and Gelato, which, if you recall, was my pick for Ancient Runes, which is to read a book with heart on the cover. So I'm reading that right now, and I'm already 17 chapters into it because I've been reading it for a couple hours, and it's good. Again, the lead girl is still a bit ditzy. Like, I mean, she was the first time I read it too, but I forgot how much that annoyed me. But I'm still liking the story. So yeah, I'm gonna keep reading Love and Gelato and go to bed here soon because I'm so tired. So yeah, I will check back with you guys in the morning. Good morning. It is the 3rd. I have some coffee. And I figured I would go ahead and update you guys on reading. It is like 9 o'clock in the morning, so it's kind of early. But last night I told you that I was going to go to sleep, and then after reading some of Love and Gelato, and I didn't go to sleep after that. I ended up staying up and finishing Love and Gelato. So I finished an entire book yesterday. I ended up really liking the story. I gave it 4 stars the first time. I gave it 4 stars this time. I liked it a lot, but there were things that bothered me in terms of like the characters just being kind of silly and like kind of ditzy, honestly. Like, it took, like, there's one like a mystery in the novel trying to figure out something, and it took her so long to figure it out, like at one detail that like kind of figured like kind of a linchpin for the whole thing, and it took her so long to figure it out even though it was pretty obvious. So yeah, that was my my thoughts for that. Like I said last night, Love and Gelato completed my owl for Ancient Runes. Yesterday I finished Meet Me at Midnight, which completed my owl for Herbology. I completed my challenge for Herbology. This is my bullet journal, in case you were wondering. I have my owls TBR in here. So yeah, Maybe at Midnight completed Herbology, and Love and Gelato completed Book with a Heart on Ancient Runes. So I have 2 of my owls complete already, and it's day 3. This morning I am going to do my pages for Chain of Gold up front because the people I'm budding reading with, they are in the UK, so they are about 6 to 7 hours ahead of me. So I'm going to do one of those pages first so that I have those done and that I don't accidentally get spoiled for things, because they wouldn't do it on purpose, but the Discord sometimes ignores my notification settings and will send me notifications for the spoilers channel before I go look at it. So I want to get my pages read early, so I'm going to do that first thing while I wait for a video that I'm uploading today to finish processing. So I'm gonna read those pages, and then after that, I think I'm probably going to start my arithmetic challenge, because, or my arithmetic owl, which is to read a book outside your favorite genre. And like I said earlier in this video, I am doing like Nothing Amazing Ever Happened for this one. So yeah, I'm probably gonna start that next, because it is another arc that I need to get done, so I have plenty of time to write a review and get that done. Oh, I didn't tell you guys, last night I did my nails. You can tell I did them because they're a little bit patchy along the edges, but I did my nails. These are like glue-on acrylic nails. There you go. It's like glue-on acrylic nails with like nail polish strips over the top of them. I just got it all at Walmart. So that's what I did, because I just really like having my nails done. It makes me feel really good. So we'll see how long these last, because I don't have high hopes for glue-on nails. I don't know why. So we'll see. Maybe they will surprise me. My nails hurt though, because I apparently pressed a little too hard when I put them on. So my nails are sore. I mean, my nails are sore like I just went and got my nails done. Because if you've ever had your like a fake acrylic nails put on, you'll know what I mean, where they like buff down your nail, your real nail, so you're kind of sore the next day. The first time you get them on, that's kind of how it feels now. I mean, that'll go away, but it's just funny. So yeah, that's my plan for today. I'm gonna go ahead and get started on my pages for Chain of Gold, and then I will check back in with you guys later. It is now 5 o'clock. George is home from work. He's taking a shower right now to decontaminate from work. I figured I'd use this opportunity before we were getting ready to get out of here. We're gonna go pick up Ryan's homework packet, and honestly, we're probably gonna go over to my parents' house for a little bit just so that the kids can see my parents, which I know is not recommended to go out to other people's houses, but honestly, the kids are about to lose their mind. I'm about to lose my mind. We're just gonna go hang out for a little bit. We'll keep the social distancing rules, but we're gonna go out for a little bit. So that's a thing. But I figured I'd use this opportunity to tell me about reading, because I've been doing a lot of reading already. So I told you I was gonna finish my pages of Chain of Gold, which I did. I have a bunch of tabs in here now as we're making progress. Like I said, the whole stopping at a certain page is frustrating because I really want to keep reading, but I will tomorrow. It's fine. So yes, I'm reading this. And then I finished reading Like Nothing Amazing Ever Happens. I ended up giving this 3.5 stars. Hold on. Yeah. Anyway, I ended up giving this 3.5 stars. I liked it, but I don't think it was my favorite thing I've ever read. It was very sad, and it seemed like it was trying to deal with some really heavy and really deep topics, but I don't know that it really did. Like, I don't think it wasn't done like poorly, but there was no like resolution. Like, nobody had a realization. Nobody like came to terms with anything. It was just a thing. Okay, I have no idea what I was just saying because I just had to go deal with Lauren and get her dressed and diaper changed and all that. But so I have no idea what I was talking about. I know I told you that I finished Like Nothing Amazing Ever Happens. It was fine. It was a fine book. I don't remember what all I've said. I don't remember what all I was going to say. Hello, Oliver. You say hi, Oliver? Joy. Oh, joy. Anyway, I don't know what I was going to say. I don't know what I have already said. I don't have the slightest idea. So let's just move on to the other thing. After I finished Like Nothing Amazing Ever Happened, I started reading Arsha and the End of Time. And I am on page 70 of this. And and it's interesting. We'll see how I like it. Yeah, so I'm reading this, which means that because I finished Like Nothing Amazing Ever Happens, I have finished my Arithmancy Owl, which means I think that means I finished 3 owls? Yeah, I finished 3 owls already, and it's day 3. So maybe I will have time to pick up another book for Arithmancy. I guess we'll have to see. But I'm gonna go ahead and go so I can finish getting myself ready and getting the kids ready to go so that we can get out of here. So I'm gonna go. I'll see you guys later. Hi guys. So it is the 4th at like 7 o'clock and I'm just now vlogging. I have not read a single page today because we just got done having family game night, social distancing edition with my family. So we're finally getting kids ready for bed, getting settled down, and I'm actually making a cup of coffee in my new Keurig. It's the Keurig latte thing. So it has like a milk frother on it. George got it for me as a late Valentine's Day early anniversary present. So I'm really excited to get to use it. So I'm making some coffee right now. I'm gonna make a mocha and we're gonna do some reading. I'm definitely gonna read my page for Chain of Gold today. We will see if I decide to read anything else after that because we're also gonna play D&D tonight with my family. So we will see what I end up doing. I'm gonna go ahead and go make my coffee and I'll see you guys in a little bit. It is late in the afternoon, evening time, and I'm just now updating you. I have been doing some reading today. A lot of reading today. I got caught up on my pages for Chain of Gold that I didn't finish yesterday. So I've been caught up on my pages for yesterday. I finished my pages for today, so we're good on Chain of Gold. And then I decided not to continue reading Arisha right now. So I'm not quite in the right, like, headspace for it, I think, at the moment. So I'm going to cycle back to that one. But I did start listening to 3 Things I Know Are True. And this book, I am already almost done with. And it's a really good book so far. It's kind of sad. obviously, considering the description of it and like what it's about, but I'm really enjoying it. So I'm almost done with that, and I'm listening to the audiobook. That's why I have these headphones. So I am gonna actually go and try and attempt to make fudge. My sister sent me a recipe for it, and so we're gonna go see if I can make fudge. I doubt it, but we're gonna try, because I have all the ingredients and I don't have to go out, so I'm gonna try it. We'll see how this goes. So I'll see you guys later. Hey guys, so it is now Monday the 6th, and I only have a couple of minutes to fill you guys in on kind of what's going on in terms of our day and my reading, because Ryan actually has a Zoom call with some of his classmates today and his teacher, so we gotta do that here in like 10 minutes. So I'm trying to get this, you know, filmed real quick before I forget. So last night I told you I was listening to the audiobook for 3 Things I Know Are True. I finished this. I liked it. I think I gave it 4 stars. It was very sad, but it was very good. Like, touched on some really good stuff. It was a very good book. So I definitely recommend this one. This one completed, I don't remember what class it was, but it completed my read a book with a white cover. Charms, completed Charms. So finished Charms, and now I am still reading my pages for Chain of Gold. I am still reading Arusha and the End of Time. I don't know how far into this I am because I haven't checked recently, because I've been listening to the audiobook of this while I've been cleaning up and making fudge last night. So I've been reading this. And then I still have to read A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, and then once that's done, I'll be actually done with my owls. So I'm actually almost done with all my owls already. So that's interesting. But I think my plan is, since I read like Nothing Amazing Ever Happens for my Arithmacy owl, and after reading it, it doesn't super fit my my goal. Like the thing for Arithmacy is to read a book outside your favorite genre, and like Nothing Amazing Ever Happens, while technically fits because it's middle grade and I really don't read middle grade, it didn't really fit because it was still a contemporary, and I do like contemporary. So because I'm finishing my owls so early in the month, I decided I'm going to go ahead and redo Arithmacy, basically, take a retest, and I'm going to break myself, and I'm going to read House of Earth and Blood, which is the Crescent City by Sarah J. Maas. I am doing a book club that is reading this month, and so I need to read it anyway, so I might as well make it fit for the owls. This is an urban fantasy, absolutely outside my comfort zone. Like, I already don't really read fantasy, let alone urban fantasy, so this will be interesting to see what I think of this. So this I'm going to swap out, and I will start this once I finish my other books. I think the only exception is I will probably pick this up once I finish Arusha, but we'll see. So I have to go because we have to get the Zoom call set up, and so I'm gonna go and get that set up, and I will check back in with you guys afterwards. It is the morning of the 7th, and I figured I would go ahead and use this opportunity to wrap up this vlog. I figure 6 days is kind of a good length for this video because I imagine it's already getting kind of long. So we're going to go ahead and wrap up this video. And I was just going to tell you what all I've read this last 6 days and what owls I've completed, and basically, you know, just the whole wrapping up of this situation. So let's go ahead and start with the book that's sitting in front of me. I have been reading Chain of Gold by Cassandra Clare. I did not read my pages for this yesterday, so I am at the very beginning of chapter 9, which is 216 pages into this. So I'm doing really well making progress to this. I have some reading to do to catch up because I did not read yesterday, so I have 2 days worth of pages to read today, but that won't be too bad. So I'm reading this, gonna continue reading this into the next week, into the next vlog, so you guys can see my thoughts on this when we get there. The other book that I am currently reading that I am going to take into next week and the next reading vlog is Arsha and the End of Time by Roshan Chosky. I am 87 pages into this. I've kind of been taking a break from this just because I'm not really in the mindset for this at the moment. So I'm taking a break from it, but I definitely plan to continue in next week. But this is what I have been reading for that. This completes my Care Magical Creatures owl once I finish it, because it has a peacock with a bird with a beak, animal with a beak on the cover, and then Chain of Gold completes Transfigurations once I finish this. So those are the two books I am currently reading through. As for what I have finished so far, I completed 4 owls in 6 days, which is not bad. At all. Like, honestly, that's pretty good. So the owls I have completed so far, the first thing are Ancient Runes, which is a read book with a heart on the cover. I read Love and Gelato by Jenna Evans Welch. So I finished that owl. I also finished my Arithmancy owl, but I think I already told you that I am planning to retake that owl, I guess you could say. But I did technically finish my Arithmancy owl because I read the book I had planned to read for it, which was like Nothing Amazing Ever Happened. After reading it, I did tell you this already, I believe, that I plan to retake this owl, I guess you could say, because after reading Like Nothing Amazing Ever Happened, I did feel like this book kind of didn't fulfill the challenge for me because it was more closer to my favorite genre than I thought it was. So I am going to do that one again later on this month, and you will see that if you come back for my other vlogs. So I did that one. And then also completed my Charms owl, which is to read a book with white on the cover, or with a white cover, and for that I read 3 Things I Know Are True. I really liked this book. It was very sad, but it was such a good book. So I really like that one. It definitely fulfilled the challenge for a book with a white cover, so I'm done with that. And then I completed my Herbology owl, which is to read a book with a title that starts with M, which I read Meet Me at Midnight by Jessica Pennington. That book actually comes out today, the day that I'm filming this, April 7th. I pre-ordered it. It's definitely not getting here today with the whole COVID thing going on right now, but that's fine. But I have pre-ordered it, and I'm very excited to get a physical copy of it when it gets here, because it was a really good book. It was a 5-star read, so I definitely recommend you pick that up if you like YA contemporaries and hate enemies to lovers kind of stories. It's a good one. It is 10 a.m. on Tuesday. I don't know if you can hear that. The dog is upset because the tornado sirens are going off, because 10 a.m. every Tuesday in our town, just for tornado sirens. Dog's pissed. I don't know if you can even hear it, but that's fun. So yeah, that is all I have for this video. I still have 3 owls left to complete, and then a retake, I guess you could say. Chain of Gold, Arsha and the End of Time, and then A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood back here. And then redo my Arithmancy, which I told you what I was going to do with that already. I was going to read House of Earth and Blood, I think. The title of the book is The Crescent City by Sarah J. Maas for that. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you are participating in the owls, I would love to know down below how your first week went. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!